Are you trying to figure out how to measure success of social media marketing?
I'd love to make you an offer.
It feels good to get a lot of likes and it feels good to have a lot of followers, but have you ever had that thought of like, is this really making a difference in my bottom line?
Okay, so how much cash do you have left in the bank?
In today's video, we're going to talk about how to monitor, what metrics you should be watching for, and how to know if your social media is actually working and bringing you new clients.
I happen to love this concept. I happen to think it has enormous application.
I'm Amy Walker, and I'm a small business strategist, and I have helped hundreds of small business owners and entrepreneurs be able to grow their businesses to 6 figures and even 7 figures. And I know that you can do it too.
Listen, you're not going to fail. You're not going to fail. I'll give you $100,000 for 25%.
In today's video, I'm going to tell you what is the most important metric that I look for to see if my social media is working. And then we're going to go through and talk about how you can get more visibility, get more engagement, really nurture those leads so that you know they're coming closer towards making a purchase.
This is your deal to lose.
Can I tell you how much I hate wasting time? Like, it really irks me to waste time. I love efficiency. I love knowing that everything that I'm doing is actually working.
Why can't I get a straight answer from you?
And I cannot tell you how much time I wasted on my social media in the earlier years because I didn't really understand the process of how social media was meant to find and attract and then engage and then nurture and then convert. I was just building numbers. And so I was really focused on how many followers do I have? How many subscribers do I have?
That's wonderful. Let's talk about money, my friend.
I admittedly tried some of the things to just grow your following really fast, and then I ended up with a really unengaged audience.
So now, yeah, you can lay down.
Wow. Now, if you're like, oh, she bought her lead list, I didn't buy my followers, but I did run ads, and I ran the cheapest ads possible, and I got a bunch of like followers that were not the right ones for me. And so I want to throw out all of that focus on how many people, and I want to really put the focus on one thing: engagement with the right people. Are you getting questions? Are you getting comments? Are you getting people reaching out to you through DM? If not, let's talk about what you need to do in order to make that happen. The first thing you're going to need is visibility to the right audience.
$4,000 on a blade. Mwah.
That's not your target market.
So that means if you're going to run ads to help grow your following, that you need to focus on quality over quantity, which means don't go for the cheapest leads. They're going to bring in the wrong quality.
I have to be very honest. This is not my field.
Spend a little bit more to be able to acquire those followers. Now, I don't actually pay for ads to build my following since the big debacle of 2013. I actually went through and deleted all those people and was like, no, we're just going to get this going the right way. All of mine come through organic engagement. However, it doesn't mean that they just come because I just post great content and people follow my content. The best thing that I do that brings new followers my way is actually collaboration.
Partners with Kevin to make this a stronger deal.
So finding another person who also serves the same type of people I serve but in a different way, and then together we do a Facebook Live, or we create some content and we post it, and then their people follow my people. I've also done an engagement pod with other business coaches where we comment on each other's stuff so that our audiences see each other, and then it helps us all to grow. So I do want you to focus on visibility, but I want you to focus on the right type of visibility. That's going to be a little bit different by platform.
So there's so many apps out there.
TikTok and Instagram, it's going to be, and Twitter, really defined by hashtags. Are you using the right hashtags? I wouldn't recommend that you go after the hashtags that have like a lot of people. I would recommend that you go after the hashtags that have a little bit of people but consistent, and that way you're going to have less competition. There's less people talking about it, but it's consistently getting searched for, so that way there's less competition and people can find you. When you're looking at things like Facebook and LinkedIn, this is where I feel like collaboration makes a really big difference.
When he does the infomercials, I do product to stores. We help build the brand itself.
When you're on YouTube, it's all about the keywords, my friends. Keywords and collaborations. You want the right audience to find you, and you want to get seen by them, but you don't need to be seen by everybody. Now let's talk about engagement. If you want engagement, you have to create content that is designed to get you engagement. So are you asking questions? Is there a call to action? Is there something in there that's thought-provoking that makes it seem like you want them to engage? Or are you just showing them pictures and telling them stories that they can kind of, drive by and go, oh, look, that was nice, as they're on their way to whatever comes next?
A movement by nature is viral, right? You're not getting that growth.
You want them to actually stop, and you want them to stay, and you want them to engage. So make sure that your content is created with that objective in mind. Now let's talk about community building. I really hate running Facebook groups, you guys. I have on 2 different occasions grown Facebook groups up to like 1,000 people and shut them off because I'm like, I hate groups. It's a lot of consistency that it requires, and I can't set it and forget it. But it's where it's at right now in terms of community building. Facebook is loving their groups, they're promoting their groups, they're friendly in the algorithm with the groups, and it's one of the best places to build that community and those relationships. So I do have a group. I am learning to love engaging consistently in my group. It does take effort for me, but I would recommend, if you're wanting that result, that's the way to do it.
If you don't like it, don't take it.
Now, the metric that I care the most about is how many sales calls are coming through our social media each week. And what I want you to understand is that sales calls rarely happen in my business without me asking and inviting people to have a sales call. It doesn't mean that I'm going in my DMs, I'm like, hey, you wanna jump on a sales call? Hey, you wanna jump on a strategy call? Let's see what I can do for you. I'm not doing that, but when people are asking questions, I'm giving them an answer, and then I'm simply saying, there's a lot more that we could probably dive into here. Would you like to jump on a call and strategize further? And then when they say, yeah, that sounds great, I'll say, awesome, here's what that would look like. And I'll give them the context so that they're not surprised that it turns into a sales call. I'll say, we'll kind of go through and I'll ask them questions. I can give a little bit more detailed feedback. And then if it sounds like I could be a good fit for you, I'd love to answer any questions about how I work with my clients and what that might look like. And that's it. So I can track how many sales calls are coming because, you guys, I'm just following the engagement and I'm engaging with the engagement, and then I'm inviting people to have a sales conversation in a natural way. And that will lead to sales conversations.
I think it's a huge problem, and that's a great solution.
So let me ask you an important question. Where do you feel like your biggest challenge is? Is it in visibility? Is it engagement? Or is it in getting sales conversations? Let me know in the comments below. I want your marketing to work. So I've got 2 gifts for you today. Number 1, go check out this Marketing on a Budget playlist. There is a ton of great content in there. And number 2, I want you to download my Sales and Marketing GPS. This is going to analyze your current marketing and sales processes, find out where the gaps are, and then my team and I will come up with an improvement plan that is customized just for you, and we'll even review it with you to make sure that we really nail in what your next steps need to be. Friends, don't let friends have bad marketing, so make sure you go check out that next video.